All right, thank you for staying with Daybreak. This is a conversation that gives the young people a chance to speak about matters, politics, and everything in between there, plus the issues that are happening today. We are asking them, do they care? And that question cuts on both sides. Does the government care about them? Do they care about what the government is doing? All that conversation coming up in just a bit. All my guests are already here with me, starting from the lower deck there. We have Tabitha Ogutu. She's the CEO, Siaya Community Digital Hub. Thank you for making time. Next to her is Joanna Kinyi, NUSA Vice Chairperson from Kisii University. Thank you for making time. Next to her is Chesang Samoe, Youth Leader from Uasin Gishu County. Thank you very much for making time. On the upper deck, we have David Okuta, NUSA Secretary General, Kirinyaga University. Thank you very much for making time. Next to him is Fahad Yusuf, Youth President, NEDP from the Coast Region. Thank you for making time. And next to him is Honorable Alex Mbugua, he's the MCA Lakeview Ward in Naivasha. Thank you very much for making time. Tabitha, before we get into the issues of whether the youth care or the government cares about them, I'd like to hear your views in terms of what's going on in the political field. We've seen in the front page of the Daily Nation, things fall apart. The front page of the Standard, captured. What are your thoughts on the wrangles going on within ODM, UDA, the merger? Do the young people have space in this political conversation?
Oh, thank you, Trevor, for creating this progressive conversation this morning, because we have no country if the young people are not seen or are not taking part in active representation, active politics. My opinion, therefore, is that I am very, very pleased by how we've seen in the recent past young people in the political parties, young people in political scene, they are coming up and reclaiming or claiming their rightful positions and speaking their mind. That is the essence of democracy. And I would also say that that should be a replication across the county, the different counties in the country, because most of the time we keep saying that the young people need to be represented, the young people need to be supported, but we can only support young people whom have come out and they're showing interest and they're doing something, and also they're articulating issues that are very pertinent to the nation and representing such in a way that is showing a future. The Kenyan future, I think, is very secure if the young people will continue to show up like they are. So I'm actually very pleased by how young people, and I really care about our stake in government, stake in development, also stake in these tables where decisions are made.
When you look at the ODM fallout, do you feel like the young people are being sidelined, or are they being disrespectful?
I wouldn't call it disrespectful, and I will not call it sideline. Both are too extreme to start with. I would say it's probably just a difference in perception in the sides. And as I say, even you've realized that the fraction in ODM that seem to be agitated with probably the stand of the party structure or leadership, they still want to have this conversation just in ODM as a party. So that means I hope, hopefully, that we'll find a middle ground in a more diplomatic way where the interest of all members of ODM can be served, because we've seen nobody wants to go. And therefore, that means that ODM is a very progressive party. If you're sidelined, you'll be like, no, yeah, even if I want to have a conversation, nobody will listen to me. So then it calls for just a proper way of sitting down and talking issues out on how best the young people can be heard, which I think the party has been trying to really put mechanisms in place. Maybe we need to strengthen that more, how the issues and how they want to be represented. That's all. But I think from where I'm seated, the extremes of disrespect and the other part that you mentioned is not what is in ODM. And I love that is a robust democracy that we are seeing in ODM as a party. All right.
John, what are your sentiments about with the political ongoings in general?
Thank you, Trevor, for coming up with such an open forum for the youth. It's amazing. And concerning youth involvement in decision making, I think over the longest time, the youths have been neglected and sidelined. And in most cases, youths are seen as a voting bloc more than being considered in decision making in high processes. And it's high time we advocate for 30% representation of the youth in all managements and ensure their opinions matter and that they're also involved in decision making.
Okay. When you see what's going on in the ODM party, for example, do you feel like the youth opinion matters?
Of course, their opinions matter because the youth form the bigger percentage of the government, of the population we have here, and of course, our opinions should also matter.
Okay.
Yeah.
Chesang, what are your thoughts on the political misgivings or ongoings in general?
Good morning. I'm Chesang Samuel Brenda. I'm from Uasin Gishu County. Regarding what's going on within the political space in Kenya, I feel that it's almost the heated point of politics. We are almost the campaigns. We are not yet there. We are in just a confused space. And we, the youth, really care because when you see what's going on, unlike the previous generations, I think this is the time that the youths are like, no, we need to be there. I think the 2024 protest is what really has made the youth come out strongly and care about what's going on, from corruption, from the delivery of the government and all those spaces. We are almost there to the heated space. Yeah.
So what do you think about the delivery from the government side? You mentioned it. Are they doing their part or not?
First of all, Trevor, I'm a registered member of the UDA party and I'm a proud member of the party.
So you're already biased? That's what you're saying?
Looking from the manifesto that the president gave and the scorecard that we have right now, he's getting to the plan. He's really delivering the plan. So yeah, we are almost there. Okay,
we'll delve deeper into that in just a short while. But let's hear what David has to say about this. David, what are your sentiments in the political scene in the country today?
Thank you, Trevor. I'm David Okuta, Secretary General, Nyakach University Students Association from Kirinyaga. First of all, I can say I'm happy because youths are rising up. It's time that now youths are coming out with a bold and fearless voice. And at least they're standing up against things like oppression, and they're also giving their feedbacks. And I think that's the right direction that we should take as youths.
Do you feel like they have space within the ODM party? Because it seems like ODM is now split into two. There's a side that is with Sifuna and the rest of the team, and then there's a side that is with the party leader.
Yeah. Trevor, I believe whatever is going on is just a small misunderstanding between the elderly and the young people. So personally, I believe that they should come together. They should create a hybrid system. I believe in a hybrid system of leadership because young people are energetic, we are fearless, we've got the willpower, we've got the time, and we've got maybe even the resources to carry out activities. But we should not also forget the elderly people because they've got the wisdom. They've been there before us, and at least there are a few things that they can. There are a few things that they can tell us that can shape us even more. So I believe the young people and the elderly people in ODM, let them come together, let them create an hybrid system because both the young people and both of them have roles that they're playing.
Okay.
Yeah.
So they should not be kicked out like they are right?
They should not be kicked out. Kicking them out is a grave mistake, and it's a mistake that ODM should focus on unity instead of fights. But by kicking them out, that is, they're already causing disunity.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let me hear what Fahad has to say about this. Fahad, what are your sentiments in terms of the political ongoings now?
Okay, so thank you so much, Trevor. Okay, my name by the way is Fahad Yusuf. I'm representing the NUDP Party Coast Region. I'm also representing the Jumuiya Vijana wa Pwani. I'm also aspiring to be the Senator of Mombasa County 2027. So for the political space that is going on in this country, I'm not surprised, because for the ODM, I have never been I've never been interested in that party as a party, but there are some leaders who they inspire me at a personal level, because at my region if you're telling me that the Sifuna side is where there are the youths, but you can find Orengo at the sideways, you can find there's a mixture of also the youth and the elderly. So the split from that party is not a matter of youth and elders. It's a matter of what these people stand for and the other team what it stands for. So the ODM party, where it fails, it is the foundation of that party. The foundation begins when who do you give that seat? The competency level. Now if you're giving someone a seat and you're giving someone powers, at some point now they bring some issues at the party. Now the competency of the ODM begins at the foundation of that party. Because if today you're going to give someone a role and he doesn't meet the competency of that role, now in the case of where the leader like Raila Amolo Odinga passed away, now the issues come about, now everyone is a leader. Everyone said that he talked to Raila before he did. This one is a son, the other one is a daughter. The one was saying the deputy party leader, the other one is a second. No, that issues, the issues becomes of the incompetency level of the leaders of that party. From the youth leader to the youth leader, Mr. Oburu, we have he calls himself the youth leader. You have the Senator Orengo, Osoti, you have the Sifuna. If you sit down, you just find out the main issue of ODM is not a matter of youth, and the real issue is what these people stand for. These people stand for ODM, and the other people stand for the broad-based government. Now this is the first time in the history of this country where the ODM party doesn't want to get out of the government. Raila has never fight for that. The government used to fight for Raila to come in. It is not for Raila fighting to come in the government. Now they're playing the different cards at this time. You're playing politics where Raila did never do that. You're fighting to be the government even before the elections. I remember the handshake, it ended even way before 2022. The Mkatenusu also happened that way. But this time Raila is not around. They want to do it the opposite way. And they're insisting it that they want to be in the government and they want shares. A leader comes out publicly, at some point, I'm surprised. Someone comes out publicly and says, we want shares. Surely, we want shares. We want to know how many seats will be given. Me as a youth, you are already out of my list. No, you cannot say you want shares. Okay, you've been given shares. Now, I've elected you as my MP or my senator or my governor. You have been given that share. You have been given. You cannot joyride because you have your minister at the CS. He's not paying for your school fees. He's not bringing food on your table. They're employing. Kenya is the only country that is employing billionaires. You know that? Do you know that, Trevor? You have billionaires working at the cabinet. So if you give opportunities to other people at that seat, those seats, like the way Jabu Fikirini, just a youth, was given an opportunity there, you have very competent lecturers at the universities who can work for those seats. But we are politicizing everything, even the executives. It is the first time in the government history that we have politicians in the executives. That's why there's some dockets in the executives, when some people are appointed to be in those dockets, ministers. The second day, you're going to hear issues. Issues. If you're going to take certain minister to the Ministry of Water today, the next day you're going to hear politics of that docket. Because we're bringing politicians into executives. Yeah. If I ask you the Minister of Transport who worked for the government of Uhuru Kenyatta, you don't even know him. Maybe, yes, the one who projected for the project, the expressway. That guy who visited Beijing in China, got the idea, told Uhuru. I remember following that history. But for the government of this government, we know the Minister of Transport, we know every minister. Because waziri akichaguliwa hivi, siku ya pili siasa imeanza hapo. Every time. Wanachagua wanasiasa tu. Wanasiasa wamejaa hapo ndani, they bring politics. Okay. We need competent people. Kama ni siasa, parliament, senate. The executive needs very competent people. We need Magoha in the parliament, in the cabinet. We need Magoha. The likes of Michuki. Like people who wakiingia kazi wanapiga kazi. This siasa huku, when they go there, lazima waseme 2 term, 1 term. You're waziri. You cannot go and speak out 2 term and 1 term. You have to be focused on your work. Okay. All right. Mheshimiwa Alex.
Thank you very much, Trevor. My name is Alex Mbugua from Naivasha. And thank you for placing me in this panel. I remember my good days at Moi University as a student leader. So when I'm here with them, I tell them that the future is very, very bright. I hail from Nakuru County, Nakuru County Assembly, and I'm also the budget chairperson, Nakuru County Assembly. I must state that the space that we've been given as youths within this republic is so thin. and we don't even have space to enjoy what our country can offer. Trevor, when I look at what is happening within the country at the moment, we are at a break point. The youths are claiming what is truly theirs. I can tell you that today, when you go 3 years ago, in the year 2022, I went for elections, and that time I found the surge within the youths, the push within the youths, and the demand that they want changes that have not been effected by the people before. Trevor, by my winning within Nakuru County and my fighting the older people, because my candidate was fairly old at Naivasha, I came to find that the youths are still fighting for their space. In the year 2024, the youths went to the streets, and on the 25th of June, they made history even by breaking into Parliament. Nakuru County Assembly was also accessed at that time. And it called to the nation, and more so the president, to look around and think, what is this that the youths are demanding? The structures that have been set within this republic are just to derail the youths, to derail the agenda of the youths. We don't have any innovation centers. We have university students here who are readers today. They cannot tell us at the university level what are those things that have been placed at the university centers, be it at Moi University, Kirinyaga University. Do we have innovation centers that are world class? Because Kenya is not just a normal country. When you look at the demonstrations that are happening within this country, they're not just out of, they're not anywhere compared to anywhere in this time and era. When you look at the party structures that we have, maybe from the UDA and ODM, the ruling party, and what we have at the moment, Trevor, I'm dismayed to also state that the youths have been pushed to the limit. When you look at someone like Sifuna, what does Sifuna stand for? Sifuna stands for hope for many youths that we have here. There are many times that people will have tried hitting at Sifuna when Baba was alive. And Baba would always come back and defend Sifuna. Why? It's because he saw future within this person. He saw hope within this person. Look at Babu Owino, daring the seats within Nairobi here, gubernatorial seat within Nairobi. You see the surge within the people, even from my own home area, stating very, very well, I will go and vote Babu because of what Babu stands for. You know, we are going beyond tribe. When you go and listen to what the Gen Z stood for, they say there were leaders and there were tribes. And you find the surge is so real that even in my own area, where I come from, you even find an ODM candidate winning a seat within Naivasha. So it's no longer about tribalism and anything else here. It's about who is competent, who can offer something. But the youth within this republic have been reduced to some shenanigans. Like today, we have World Bank sponsoring something that is called the Nyota Fund, but it's now being used by the current government as just a campaign tool within this republic. We have the youth watching State House being used as a center of theater of politics within this country. Yet that house, the house on the hill, is supposed to be a house that brings people together, that whoever occupies that house commands respect, commands authority within this republic. And the youth are watching, and the next time they have already seen that we can occupy State House by making it a political thing. So what will stop the youths in the coming years occupying that house and stating that they also want to do their drama festivals there, because it will be a theater soon, and we can also see it. Because when you set the tune for us, we shall call the dance in that house just as we see it. Okay. So it is not a joke anymore. We don't have hope at the county levels either. The sports were destroyed within the NGCDF. We now have sports at the county level. Are the sports happening at the moment? They are not happening. At the cabinet level, you see, we cannot have millions of Kenyans coming out on strike. And in the whole cabinet change, we have the likes of Akina Joho coming in. You know, it's just like a joke. It's the biggest joke that we have. because the conversation is not happening. Sifuna is fighting about the NADCO report, the 10-point agenda. How is it being implemented at the moment? But instead of him being answered back, when the days are nearing, when Baba had signed it with the current president, he's kicked out.
Okay. All right. I have to take a quick commercial break. When we come back now, we talk about the priorities for the young people. That was just a touch on what do you think of the political field, priorities for the young people and what they think should be done. Has it been taken care of? Has it not been taken care of? Does the state care? Do the young people even care? That conversation coming up in just a short while. Let's take a quick commercial break. We're back in a short while.